Hi, this is RClark. I'm going to be giving a demonstration of the dog feeder robot circuit that I put together. So starting at the very beginning, I've got four 9-volt batteries connected in parallel to a breadboard. The reason for having four here is just for battery life. I don't want people to use this robot and have to change batteries all the time. So the output here is still 9 volts on this part of the breadboard. As you can see, I've connected it to the volt in side of the Arduino, as well as connected the grounds here. I've taken the 5-volt output of the Arduino and brought it up to the upper positive rung of the breadboard. That's what's actually being used for the controls. All of my negatives / grounds are connected between batteries. I have a jumper from section 1 to section 2 connected to the Arduino and connected to all components up here. So in terms of the rest of the wiring, before I start the actual simulation, we got power from the stepper motors, goes to the 5-volt section of the breadboard. VCC on the ultrasonic sensors, also going to 5 volts. Again, grounds all go back to this room here on the breadboard. In terms of the signal from the servo motors, I have a blue wire from my, this is the this is the food bowl on the dog feeder. That's going back to pin number 6. That's shown here in my code, servo food pin 6. Then I have a purple wire on my water motor going back to 5. That's shown just below, servo water pin 5. On my ultrasonic sensors, I have the trigger and the echo for water. Trigger going to 9. Oops. And echo going to 8. Put my code back up. And I've got on my water, trigger going to 7, echo going to 4. So I'll start the simulation and then I'll do a little bit more of a walkthrough of the code. So right now, both sensors, because they're reading a short distance outside of the range, are showing that the bowls are full. Sensors are hitting something before they reach the end of the bowl. They're showing full. So if I were to take the water sensor and move it outside of range, meaning it can now see the end of the bowl, the stepper motor opens up a door, which allows water to come in. Water is on a constant check, so it will keep going until it fills up. Once it's full, the door will close. On food, if the bowl is empty, it waits until it reaches a timer. My timer is shown over here for the food check. For the sake of this demonstration, I put it at 30 seconds. Obviously, dogs don't get fed every 30 seconds as much as they might like to be. You can see that it is now feeding. The door just shut. We'll assume that the bowl is now full. This could obviously be changed depending on how often your dog needs to be fed. We could also say how long it actually dispenses for. Should change. So my food dispense logic, I've listed it right here. I've also got that listed in the serial monitor down here. So we can, I use this more for troubleshooting than anything, but it will tell me if the bowl is empty when it's dispensing food. So the food door will stay open for 10 seconds. Obviously, if you need to feed more food, you could have that be a much longer or a much shorter time frame. And then again, the 30 seconds would logically change. The water dispense is pretty much constant. It's always going to be checking to make sure that there's water in the bowl, again, based on distance here. And that water bowl stays open for 5 seconds, but it will keep filling if it doesn't fill the bowl within that 5 seconds. Once it notices that the bowl is full, it will shut again. So just for the sake of it, if I move it outside of the range again, water bowl opens, water bowl closes. And that's it. Thank you.